We should be live now. This is episode 301.
301.
Yeah.
301, Anthony. 301 times we have brought the podcast to the people. Anthony, are we live, pal?
We are live.
Anthony, I'm so pleased right now. Right? Like, this is one of the first times that I feel like I'm confident in the stream. I'm physically comfortable. The lighting is good. I got a little gimmick with me.
Mm-hmm.
I might have another gimmick to the side of me ready to go. And there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Anthony, what did the five fingers say to the face?
Says slap.
Slap! That's what the fuck they said. And that's the news all around the world right now. There's Gordon Ryan slapping motherfuckers. There's motherfuckers using the slap to set up the overhand in bathrooms. That's gone viral. Everybody's getting slapped in the streets. If they is killing us, they definitely slapping everybody out here.
So silly.
I'm fucked up. Yeah, so at a jiu-jitsu event, for those who don't follow the sport, who just fuck with Anthony and I as individuals because you love us, at a jiu-jitsu event, two famous jiu-jitsu people interacted. Two people at the very top of the sport. Andre Galvao, who's a multiple-time champion and leader of a team, and Gordon Ryan, who's like the self-proclaimed greatest of all time and currently is building a case that doesn't make him sound stupid when he says it. He's out here whooping people. He's out here slapping motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
Because apparently Galvao said something to him.
Well,
And he goes, I'm running from you. And then he slapped him in the face. He may or may not have called him a faggot.
Probably.
And he might have slapped him again. Now, Andre Galvao's response was to do kind of sort of nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one that found that to be strange. Considering where you were and who the other person is and how much you know about them. Like, I think there's an overlap. Like, you and I have had conversations, me and my friends have conversations a lot of times about the differences between honor culture and dignity culture.
Yes.
And like the fastest way to like to explain to someone the difference between the two cultures is like, if someone disrespected you, would you punch them in the face? And if you're like, yeah, of course, and that just seems completely obvious to you, then chances are you're from an honor culture background. And if you're like, why would I punch someone for disrespect? If that's your response, if that's your initial reaction, then you're probably from a dignity culture. However, set and setting, like Timothy Leary motherfucking said, Anthony, set and setting can shift things, because I think it's fair to say that I'm more or less a dignity culture thinker who grew up in an honor culture environment. Like, I'm from the hood, but I don't necessarily think that way off rip. Does that sound accurate to you?
That does.
Now, even though that's my mentality, if we're in a place where everybody there is about fighting, and I know that you are a fighter, and you hit me, we are fighting. Done.
Yeah.
Like, we're fighting. Like, 100%. Like, you're not a stranger in a grocery store who might be drunk with his children, who makes a mistake that I don't want to punish you for all the way. Like, maybe I control you, maybe I slap you up a little bit, but I don't whoop your ass. If we are both fighters, and we are in a place where we know we're not going to jail, how the fuck are we fighting after you slap me in the face? I don't understand that. I literally can't wrap my head around it. which makes me have more empathy for my friends from honor culture than ever before. Because like sometimes when people react to shit, I'm like, why are you reacting? Just be cool, baby. It's cool. Who gives a fuck? Nah, motherfucker. Like I understand how they can get hot about shit now. Like way more. It's crystal clear. But like, then you think, all right, so here's another idea about set and setting.
Yeah.
Another viral video, more viral in a sense, because only jiu-jitsu people saw this like Gordon Ryan shit
Yeah.
and gave a fuck. But apparently there was a scrap between an Oklahoma football player and an MMA fighter, or at least a guy who trains in MMA.
Yeah.
And that was in a public place where there can be legal consequences. And for whatever reason, that dude believed it was reasonable for him to have to defend himself the way that he did and to encourage his homeboy to get the other guy.
Yeah.
Who I believe was his brother.
Yes. That's correct.
So it's like, those dudes were not in serious physical danger yet, if we're going to talk about it in what I perceive to be the legal senses of the word.
Who the guy, the two kids?
The two guys that won the fight.
So, from what?
The one guy, it looked like he got hit in the nose.
Yeah, he was bleeding already.
He was bleeding.
Yes.
But like, what I'm saying is, it appeared that there was time to exit. If that was the case, if that was the idea, was just to get home safe, there was space in between you. Nobody had you physically grabbed. You could have tried to leave if you wanted to. But you decided, like, you know what, enough's enough. Which is not a bad decision. I'm not judging it. I'm saying, I'm trying to think about this objectively. There was a time where you weren't being harmed and you could decide what to do next. And in that moment, you assess it like, I don't know if this is going to end without me having to fight these motherfuckers anyway. I'm fighting these motherfuckers. Which one do you want to fight? And then he slapped the guy and then hit him with the right hand.
Well, I don't even think that was what it was. It was more like whoever touched him first, it didn't matter who it was because he just assumed it was the guy closest to him that touched him. Because if you watch the video, the guy behind...
Oh, so are you saying these guys are innocent?
I'm just saying that what happened is that this guy was like, he was not looking like, okay, I have to get myself out of it. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that the action, what happened was, there was two people, right? So the football player and his buddy, and then the MMA person and his brother. The person behind the football player touched the guy who threw the first slap. It wasn't like the football player touched him and he fought that football player. The other guy touched him. He didn't know the other guy. He didn't know it was a different person, so he just hit that first person.
Hey, man, bathroom rules, you know? Like, whoever's directly in front of me in a bathroom fight, that's my opponent.
And his brother just slumped the other guy. Like, he just threw...
The corner? Yeah, I've seen the video a few times.
That was brutal. He just said, blow, hey. And the dude was slumped, just getting pieced up. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. But here's the thing. Those dudes willingly engaged in something in public where there were going to be possible legal fucking consequences.
Yeah.
Andre Galvao wasn't going to go to jail if him and Gordon had a fight right there.
No, probably not.
You're in a room full of fighters.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing that could have happened is you would have gotten your ass whooped. That's the perfect place to fight. Like, I would fight 100%. Like, I'm not a crazy hothead like this, even though I'm raising my voice.
Yeah.
If you slap me in a grappling event, we are fighting. We're fighting. I'm not saying we're fighting if you look at me the wrong way.
Yeah, but like if
We're
it's...
full of fighters, it's all good. But if you fucking hit me, that means it's on. And if it's not, I don't know what I would think of myself. I don't think I would like me very much for a few days.
Right.
Maybe longer. Maybe longer. If that was my leader, I don't think I would want to go to battle with that guy. I would much rather him got his ass whooped or had to pull a guy off of him than to have him get slapped and react like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm slapping you. What the fuck do you mean? What am I doing? Like, I'm fucking slapping you with your shit. Like, we have to fight. We have to fight. Fucking, I got a DM from a friend who is coming over tomorrow to train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to disclose names, dude. It'll sound like I'm bragging, kind of. But he sent me a text that was like, Atos has fallen.
Atos has fallen.
And I was like, oh, that's cold as fuck. That's cold as fuck. That's cold as ice. But things have fallen for less.
Yeah.
Things have fallen for less. There wasn't always Atos. Nothing sacred. If you think Atos is sacred, tell me what happened to TT.
Never heard of them.
Exactly, nigga. Exactly. When Andre Galvao first broke famous to American audiences, he was a brown belt and he was on TT, which was his sensei, his master. He might use the word master actually. His master was Terere, who's like one of my jiu-jitsu heroes.
Yeah.
So it's like before there was TT, there was Atos. I mean, before there was Atos, there was TT, and there's already a team that is sprung off of Atos.
Yeah.
Known as Legion.
Yep.
Run by King. So it's like, it's only natural that Atos will fall at some point. Is the way of the world. But it would be strange to see it go down for something like this. But it very well could. It very well could.
It could, and it might. I mean,
then maybe you just rewrite the narrative, right? Say you're Galvao. Let's play a different game.
Okay.
Instead of burying him, let's be his PR firm.
Okay.
If we're Galvao's PR firm right now, and we have to make change right now, what do we do?
Oh, about like the situation or about his school?
The situation. How do we paint the situation to make our guy look like he's the good guy? Because I think right now he's being painted as like a coward to a degree.
Coward and an instigator.
Right?
Yeah.
So how do we take exactly what happened and spin it so that he's a hero to somebody so we can save some of these motherfucking memberships and affiliates?
Oh, okay. So this is what we would say.
Keep the money in his pockets.
This is what we say. It's like, yes, I was expressing my displeasure to Gordon Ryan about how I felt he acts and treats my athletes like constantly throughout the internet and in person. And when I went up to approach him, he assaulted me. And I'm a person of integrity where I do not think it's why we're in a martial art. We do not need to fight unless we are actually competing. We're not animals. We're not savages. We fight where it's necessary, where it needs to be. We're not fighting in the streets. That's done and gone. We're done with that. And so this man assaulted me. Now, I could have retaliated and attacked him back, but I thought of myself. I said, how would the children see this? How would, other individuals see this? Would they think of me as a man of courage or a man that's, brash and violent? And so I thought about it, and I'm like, I need to be a good role model for the kids. I don't engage in fist fights. I know how to walk away. And that's what I would say.
What about this guy? What about
I didn't know if you were going to bring that in or not. That's why I was like, I left that part out. He wasn't the middle finger.
We gotta cover. We gotta fucking save the shit.
So
you apologize for that.
So he should apologize for that. He should definitely apologize for the middle finger.
My PR move as well. I think you apologize for flipping the bird. You say that that's not your proudest moment. You don't like that you did that, but you did do that.
Yes.
And then I am proud, however, that I did not engage in this fight. Blah, 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 blah. The children, blah, blah, blah. The integrity, blah, 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 blah.
And then he should be like, I am ashamed that Gabby is bigger than me, because that is a natural fact. Like, did you see the pictures where Gabby came in?
Oh, dude.
Like, she is jacked compared to Andre. Andre looks like a little child. She's holding him back, and you just see her muscle, everything. Like, what's up? And he's like, it's like, did you see those? Did you not see those pictures?
I didn't see this.
Oh, I gotta find this for you.
Gabby, what's up? I just like your Gabby pose.
What's her last name? Gabby
Garcia.
Garcia. Okay, that's what I thought.
Gabby. I don't. I'm a piece of shit. Like, Gabby Garcia is a legend and a champion, and I do respect what she has been able to accomplish. But I don't think she'd be able to accomplish it if she had the exact same skill set and she was 100 pounds lighter. I'll say that.
All right, we will have to do something dirty real quick. Sorry.
Something dirty?
Yeah, we'll have to do this. Let's see if I can find this. Who's number one? Watch replays. We'll just find the clip and I'll just have to sync it up.
But we can't because we'll get pulled from the huge.
Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna show the image. I'm not gonna show the clip.
No. I meant if we do something dirty.
Oh yeah, do something dirty. Yeah. So let me turn the sound
I'm not allowed
off.
to be dirty here. It's okay. I have another place for that. A place that I'm thinking of. If you catch my drift.
All right.
Think of a thing.
Share my screen.
Right of in capital letters.
Look how much bigger she
Oh
is.
my fucking god. Dude, she dwarfs all of them. She's fucking enormous.
Let me show this to the people.
Dude,
as
get the
well.
fuck out of here. She doesn't even look real, dog.
Yeah, like just look at this. Like, let's see if I can find it. Let's see.
Like, she has an 8-pack. Her shoulders are insane. Her biceps and triceps, her forearms.
Look at this side by side. Look at that side by side. Like,
Bro, how doesn't she have a huge butt?
it is weird, right?
It is weird. Like, I'm not being like, I'm talking literally as like a bodybuilder. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Like.
how doesn't she have a giant butt?
Just look at that though. Look just how like she just like.
Look at her, how thick her back is. She looks like something someone fucking drew. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
The traps though. Look at the traps.
Draw like a Mortal Kombat character chick. Like she looked like fucking Gabby. Like and like not like the chick, but like the monster chick. Like the
Yeah.
one with like 8 arms.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's like.
Like you would just draw Gabby.
It's like, but like, just look at the size comparison. It's just like crazy. Like you're just there. It's just like she's right there.
Bro.
Like,
He's
look.
like, no, you can't do this.
It's like, Andre, remember, for the children, for the children.
You have to be respectful. You have to. That's my Gabby impersonation.
That's so rude.
I am a horrible human being. Why are you friends with me?
Like she's like, it's like just I'm just like going through this still like she is huge. Like,
Dude.
Dwarfs everybody. Dwarfs.
If she walks up on you, you better stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like if Gabby walks up on you, you don't sit in your chair and say, "Excuse me, miss." You go, "Hey,
Hey, you need to relax.
hey." Nigga.
Like it's just so crazy. Like she is.
That's terrible. Oh God. I'm having too much fun, Anthony. Don't allow me to have this much fun.
Yeah, I understand.
You should never have shown me that picture.
I mean, but like, see how crazy that is, though.
That was irresponsible. That's like going to the fucking methadone clinic and you're like, hey, you trying to get right?
Yeah. It's okay. We can help you out. We got your fix.
I'm trying to be a good person,
But
and here you are. Like, hey, want to see some shit?
right, but like everybody, like I kind of want to look at the matchup between whoever she fought and just see that video because I fell asleep for that one. And I just want to see the size comparison. Because like,
And I'm a tiny lady.
Hmm?
I'm sure the other lady wasn't a tiny lady,
no, it was not.
but looking at her next to Gabby's gonna make her look tiny as fuck.
Let's see if I can pull this up really fast.
How else could she look?
Let's see. I just want to get the match there like head to head.
Like, say she's 5'10", 170. She would look like a child. My dumb head's in the way.
Oh, do you see it now?
I can see it. I can see.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big lady.
It's a big. Let me go back to it again. Come on, don't mess up with me. Flow grappling. Let's go. Yeah, like just look at
That's
that.
a big lady, and she's not even near the size of Gabby.
This is just a plus 145 match. Is this what it is? So it's just like it's plus whatever. So if you're above 145, here's your match.
Dude. Like 145 kilos, nigga. Like Gabby's 7,000 pounds and 6'10".
What do you think she benches?
5,000 pounds
5,000
probably.
pounds.
I don't know. I mean, she has big pecs. Like, no, that's not a rib.
Yeah.
Like up here, like
Yeah.
she's a chest. So I wouldn't be surprised if she had an impressive bench.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I mean, her upper body strength has to be off the fucking chart.
Like her
Like,
traps are just otherworldly.
like
Ugh. I'm like, I want to look like that when I get older.
she doesn't look real, dude. Like imagine being a kindergartner and like your mom drops you off and then you look down eye level, there's some other little kid getting dropped off by his mom, and you go, oh hi, what's your name? And he's like, oh, I'm Paolo. And you're like, oh hi, Paolo. And then you start looking up the arm, and then you can see a hand connected to that kid's hand, and then you see Gabby Garcia connected to that hand. And she's like, okay, have a nice day. Like, you're going to have nightmares for the rest of your fucking life. Like that's a mom. Like, that could happen to somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably happen, but it's not a big deal. They'll get over it.
I would say it probably won't happen. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Fucking Anthony, make me stop, bro.
All right, we'll talk about something cool.
Regulate me, please.
Daisy Fresh. We'll talk about Daisy Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody that's been popping off lately, and that's like been like the new hotness in the street. Everybody's been talking about them, like doing the documentary about how they train. Like basically, they train and live in the same building where it's just like an old laundromat. Where
Now they acquired this building.
I don't know actually. I didn't really get through the whole documentary yet.
That's right.
I'm sure they have it in there. I just didn't pay attention to it.
But that shit is bad as fuck to me. Like, bro, like, that reminds me of, like, what I aspired to be like when I first started in the game. Like, we were training at, like, 1 a.m. on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, true heads, like, junkies for this shit. Like, it wouldn't have been the least bit embarrassing to be like, oh, I sleep on the mat, I live here.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Like, that felt like it was a part of my code. And then, like, life changes, and then, like, you get different influences in your life. You start thinking, like, oh, maybe I should, like, get a wife or something. Maybe I should have, like, a life one day. You start thinking differently and shit. And then once you're thinking differently, you start thinking about what got you into the game to begin with. And those guys I find inspiring, you know? Those guys remind me of the best part of why I got into jiu-jitsu in the first place. You know? This shit is dope.
Yeah.
But that's not for everybody, you know? And I think jiu-jitsu is for everybody. But, like, I was talking to another friend about this yesterday. Like, jiu-jitsu is for everybody, but every type of jiu-jitsu and every jiu-jitsu environment isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, there's a certain mentality in jiu-jitsu, like, that is very prevalent. That, like real committed jiu-jitsu addict. That, like, if they didn't have to fucking do anything or be anywhere else, they really wouldn't. Especially if they could have their friends with them.
Yeah.
Like, if your homies were there, and all you had to do is train and charge and stay fit and go compete and just spend time together, just becoming lifelong friends like that. There are a lot of people that have a need for that kind of connection. And I think that shit is the dopest. So, like, shout out to Daisy Fresh boys. A few of those boys were on the originals team when we did High Rollers.
Mm-hmm.
So I got familiar with 3 of those boys. Like, fucking cool guys, man. Like, shout out to Daisy Fresh for real, for real.
Shout outs. Shout outs.
We need to watch that. Like, maybe that. Remember we used to do watch-alongs?
We did do watch alongs for a while, yeah.
We can do that in the coming weeks.
We can. We should be able to do that. That'll be doable. That should be doable.
Making plans on the fly.
On the fly. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, all the news and fun things that are going on, like Paulo Costa saying that he was drunk. He said that 6 months. He said that yesterday that he was drunk the night before. He was having trouble sleeping before the fight, so that's why he was hungover. That's why he had a bad time fighting.
Okay.
He was wine drunk, so there's that.
He was wine drunk.
Yeah.
So, bitch, you mean to tell me you had a glass of wine and laid the fuck down and woke up and couldn't fight?
Let's see, Paulo Costa. We can find out.
Like,
too much wine the night before fighting.
I mean, it's not that couldn't happen, but like, you just decided to beat yourself before the match.
No, let's put it like this. Let's change it up even better. And Daniel Cormier said it best. It's like it took you 6 months to come up with that idea. It's like that was like a 6 months idea you had to say out loud publicly to everybody. Like that wasn't like that should have been like a day one idea.
Well, say he was embarrassed. Say he was like, or say there's a larger problem that he's trying to cover up.
He says I couldn't sleep because of the leg cramps. Keep in mind this fight happens at 9 a.m. We have to wake up at 5 to get ready, stretch, wrap, hands. UFC told us to wake up at 5 in the morning to the arena. I hadn't slept until 2:30. It was my mistake. I don't blame anyone else. It was something I chose, but in order to try to sleep, because I had to sleep since I was awake for 24 hours. I had wine, too much wine, a bottle to try to black out. I had a glass, it didn't work. 2 glasses didn't work. Half a bottle didn't work. I had it all. And then he's like saying like it was a different feeling. I'm always very active in every fight. There's some apprehensive fear of getting whatnot. So you're on it, but basically talks about that. And he wanted to rematch with Adesanya, but it looks like he's gonna be facing Whitaker in April.
I mean, all excuses are whack, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not the truth, but like, is it the truth of the truth? So like, I drank wine the night before. Fact. Right? So let's say that's a fact.
Right.
So you drank a whole fucking bottle of wine the night before. If I can't sleep, means I drink a bottle of wine. Isn't there something broken and defeatist in there? Trying to block you from your potential? Like, aren't you giving into something that perhaps you shouldn't give into?
Yeah.
That you know will have consequences? That's called self-sabotage. That's like, you would have been better off trying to ride it out.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, yeah. Just show.
So it doesn't make any actual sense unless there's something deeply broken that you're covering for, and that's why you didn't say anything for 6 months. You know, like.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's true or untrue, but I don't think he's gonna have. I don't think saying that in the public is gonna have a desired effect that he's looking for.
No.
Like it's like, well, it's just because I was drunk the night before, and I was only drunk because I couldn't sleep. Like, I fucking said that before. Like, I know what that means, dummy.
I had leg cramps all the time.
I couldn't sleep, so I had to get drunk. Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, no, you couldn't sleep, so you could have fucking laid there until you fell asleep, or you could have decided, well, I can't sleep. I have to make the best of this. And that's it. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm a grown-ass man. Like, who the fuck are you trying to tell? Paolo. Maybe they don't have to teach like the pretty ones in Brazil like how to think, like because that was not the right thing to say. Like that's why I lost, because I had a bottle of wine. Bad call. Like you could have kept that in house. Nobody had to know that. And it would be almost, I don't know if it's worse if it's a lie or not. Right? Like say there was no wine.
Right.
Right? I don't know if that's worse. I don't know. But yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. He should never have said that, regardless to whether it happened or not. Like, you showed up, you lost, and you lost badly. So now, here's the thing. If you really believe in yourself, you don't say shit. And you let everybody think that he beat the very best you on that day, and that's who showed up, and that's all you had. And then you level the next few guys. And then you catch this motherfucker thinking that that's who you really were. And then you're better than that guy, and you know it. And then you show up and you slap the fuck out of it. That's what you're supposed to do. If you believe in yourself,
Right.
You don't wait 6 months to tell either the lie or the truth about some fucking wine. Like, if we're his PR people, the second he told me that wine story, I'd be like, hey, cuz, I don't give a fuck if that's the truth or not. No one's ever going to know that story, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe when you retire, you put that in your book. But we're not putting that on fucking Twitter. Do you understand me? Like, we're not putting that on fucking Instagram. Do you understand me? Like, under no circumstance are you to even allude to wine. If I hear you mention wine in the next 2 years, I'm going to slap you in the motherfucking mouth. That's the conversation that somebody should have had with Paulo the first time he mentioned that dumb shit. For real.
Yeah. You should.
Somebody should. That's suicide for your career. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Somebody should have said that. But there was nobody there.
Yeah.
Or if they were there, they did not speak.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can understand all those positions because I've done all those things.
Yeah.
Like each and every one of those things I've done myself. I have not said the thing when you should have said it. I have been the guy that made the excuse. I've been the guy that didn't make the excuse and came back and cut your fucking head off. I've been all of those people in this situation. So I'm pretty sure which the guy that like you're gonna be most proud of is the guy that shuts the fuck up and then kills you.
Right.
That's what it did.
No, I agree. Just keep quiet, say nothing. Don't. I don't know. Maybe he has John Jones PR people. I don't know.
Maybe that's what we're really doing, Anthony.
Yeah.
We're slowly building a PR firm.
Maybe that'd be kind of funny, actually. I think the thing we would need, the best thing ever, is like Twitter, like a babyfication, like a filter or application where like all your tweets come to me before they're allowed to go out, or all your Instagram posts or YouTube videos go out before they come to us first when we review. I'm like, these are my critiques I have. Don't upload.
Like, we're not putting that out.
Nope, it's like denied. No.
Like, go back and try again. Like, it's not that you don't have creative control here. You have some control of the creative. Go create. Go make content. But you don't get to distribute anything. That's the rules of our PR firm. You don't distribute shit. You create what you create, and we might take what you create and create something else and distribute that. And sometimes we'll take exactly what you created and distribute it for you.
Right.
But you distribute nothing.
Kinda, yeah.
That should be the way it is.
If you
We
want,
call it the oligarchy.
that's a great transition to not an oligarchy but a dictator. About Kazumat Chiev, who announced that he was retiring from MMA, and the Chechen dictator was like, "Oh no, you're not retiring." He's like, "Hey, friends, you probably already heard the news that Kazumat announced his departure from the UFC. Not believing my eyes, I called and talked to him. I told him that all the Chechen people were upset by this news. He reminded Chemiev that all our young people whom he inspires are pinning great hopes on his victory. But what can I say? Millions of fans in Russia and the world, and if fans need to wait for his return, then we will all look forward to his entry to the octagon. During our conversation, Chimaev realized how important his career is for every Chechnyan and promised to make every effort to recover as soon as possible. In the near future, he will fly to the Republic, where he will complete his rehabilitation course and hold a training camp and start training. And this means Khamzat does not leave. And this means that Khamzat does not leave. He remains and will fight to the end. The heart and body whispered, "It's all over." This is how Khamzat wrote on Instagram. But the Chechen spirit and the will shouted to him, "Forward, therefore." I know for sure Khamzat will take the UFC belt and prove that he is the best of the best.
Okay.
Right?
No.
Right?
Let me get this straight. This dude says, "I think I'm done." Right? Which is all he said publicly, right?
Yeah.
Like, in a world where other motherfuckers think that they are famous, let's go back and say this one more again.
Yeah.
This motherfucker goes, I think I might be done, guys. Like, I'm not recovering at a rate that's satisfactory. I might be done. And the fucking president,
Dictator. Let's be very clear. It's not a president. It's a dictator.
okay, the Chechnyan dictator takes time out of his motherfucking day of dictating everything and says, boop, 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 meets, and says, "I gotta hit fucking Khamzat Chimaev on the jack. He's talking crazy, talking about disappointing our entire country." And I can't let that happen on my dictator's watch. What is it, bud? Meets, come here. I can't let that happen. So as dictator of Chechnya, I'm just letting you know that you would be disappointing all of our motherfucking people if you did this shit. And I believe in you. And in fact, you bring your ass, fuck Sweden. You bring your ass, in fact, fuck Sweden. You bring your ass back home. We're gonna get you on that shit. We're gonna get you on that fucking shit. And you're gonna get right. And once you're right, you're gonna go right back to the UFC. And you're gonna get that belt for our people. Collect.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think the fucking prime minister or whoever the fuck of Ireland called Conor when he said, "You know, thanks for the cheese"? I bet he fucking didn't.
Did not.
Do you think?
I mean, to be fair, this dictator is very into MMA. Like,
I know,
yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I know. I'm telling a story here, Anthony.
I know.
God damn it. No, you're right. That dude's super into MMA. But apparently sometimes the president of the United States does call a fighter. If you're Colby.
And your friends, yeah, and you're friends with Dana White.
Donald Trump will hit you on the jack. So those are the only two famous fighters.
Only two. So weird, right? Well,
everybody else has to get their careers together.
Well, I mean, didn't Masvidal get a picture with Trump? Didn't they show up together too?
Same as the fucking
getting in the Oval Office. Come to the Oval Office.
Oh, dude, you hit him with the "please don't go." He was like, "No, bro, don't do this to us."
I didn't think it sounded like that. I thought it was more like, "Hey, you better not leave." That's what I thought it sounded like. That it was more like that to me. It wasn't like
it's like that.
It's like a.
But when you're a dictator, it's the same thing. Like if I feel like "please don't go," I have somebody put a gun in your head.
Yeah.
Like in my heart, I hear like Tony Braxton and shit. I hear like "Unbreak My Heart." But meanwhile, you're getting fucking bagged and gagged and fucking taken into a van, and I'm like, I can't believe she did that to me. Like I'm real heartbroken.
I think it might be. I think you might have it backwards. I think it might be. You might be real heartbroken in your brain, but in your heart, it's just like, fuck this dude. You're getting put in. You're gonna get waterboarded till you believe in MMA and forget about COVID. It's like, you don't think you can breathe now? It's so crazy, dog. Watch this. Can you breathe now? Huh? You think you're over COVID now? Huh?
Let's talk now.
Yeah, talk now. Breathe now. Breathe now. Come on, with water. Yeah, breathe. Come on. Yeah, there you go.
Man. Yeah, I wasn't aware that he was reached out to that way. That makes the fucking "I think I'm done" story so much better. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's like this dude shows up. It's like, hey, you don't get to say that. You don't get to tell me when you're done.
He's gonna end up with the Drago like, I fight for me. Nah, dude. You're fighting for all of Chechnya.
You're fighting for us. And
that's intense.
And we gotta talk about this weekend coming up. The triple champ fight. The champ fight. We got the double champ fight, and we got 3 belts on the line.
So let's start. There's Peter Nunes and Aljo, right? They're fighting for the belt at 135 pounds in the UFC, which is recognized by the entire universe as the best fighting organization. So that's the true world champion.
Yeah.
Also, we have Amanda Nunes, who is on everybody's motherfucking scorecard, the all-time great.
Yeah.
In the women's divisions, because of the accolades that she has, because of the things she's accomplished, and I'm just as impressed as everybody else. I'm not gonna act cooler, than everybody. I'm not too cool for school when it comes to Amanda Nunes. I think she is as special as advertised, which is bad news for Megan.
Yeah, super bad news.
Because Anderson is up against somebody who I don't think she can beat. And that's tough because I'm a Megan fan. I like Megan Anderson. It's like in a different era she would be queen, but it is not a different era.
No.
You are coming up in the same time as Amanda Nunes, and you're gonna have to be in her wake, frankly.
Yeah, it's like imagining fighting like she's beat almost every great either current champion or former champion in the division, in both divisions actually. The only person that can speak up is Kat Zingano, but I think that's one of those days. It would be a different story. I'd be like, hey.
It wouldn't even be competitive.
No, it would not be competitive.
And I respect Kat. It wouldn't even be competitive if they fought today. I mean, god damn, bro. She's a fucking wrecking machine. Amanda Nunes is a wrecking machine. So, first round,
just blast.
I mean, for real, dude.
Yeah,
I don't get out of the first round. That's not disrespectful. It's really in respect to Amanda's skill set. She's too fucking good. She's too good.
We need to nerf her. Nerfs. We need nerfs. We need 2-on-1s. Some 2-on-1 fights.
Jump this woman.
Exactly.
Do a run-in like pro wrestling. Like she just when she gets her hand raised, somebody runs in with a briefcase and is like, cash it in. I'm going to fight her right now. While she's still got her hat on and shit, she's drinking a fucking Monster. You punch her in her shit. He's like, you got round 2, bitch. Maybe then. Maybe then you have a shot at beating this woman. But man, she's in God mode right now, as far as I can tell. And I don't see Megan being able to raise up to God mode. But that's why they fight, though.
That is.
That's why they fight, though. And that's the beautiful thing about the sport. Megan can fucking hit her with a jab and a high kick, and then everything's different. And she's writing history for herself.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, man. That's why they fight. Remember when Megan has a finish that's very similar to a famous finish of a fight. There was a Vitor Randy fight where it ended on a small cut because the glove grazed one of them.
Yeah.
Right? The fight ended. And the person who threw the punch that didn't truly land as a punch, the glove itself cut the person, and only the glove, right? The edge of it cut their eye. Was awarded the championship.
Yeah.
Megan Anderson was in a fight where her toe kicked a chick in the eye.
Yeah.
It's basically her toenail.
Yeah, cut her eyelid essentially, I think, right? Or cut her eye.
And they stopped the fight, right? And Megan won. There are strange things done, and strange things happen. So perhaps she can pull this out. It's worth watching. I'm intrigued, but man, I would not trade places with Megan Anderson.
No.
And then there's a fight that just has like wild written all over it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya will attempt to become a double champ as he takes on Jan Blachowicz for the 205 belt, known as the light heavyweight championship in the UFC. And I think Izzy's gonna get it done.
I'm scared. My fears.
Yeah, I know that guy hit hard and shit.
Yeah, I counted John Blachowicz out before. I'm like, he's like, I counted him out, and then he just beat up the John Jones clone. The what?
He beat up the clone?
Beat up the clone, so I'm just like, I know Izzy's not gaining any weight. He's not gaining much weight. He's like, we don't fight for weight classes. We fight for opponents. He's a big guy, but he barely makes 185.
I don't know if that's true.
Like, all his fights, he's under 185.
I mean, but maybe he's just, like, casually cutting it.
Maybe he's going to be like 193.
Because if I'm dieting down to it, and then I diet down and, like, I go into the cut and I'm, like, 87, I might come out at 84. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because it's like 30 minutes of hard work, hour and a half of hard work, and you're like, oh, shit, there it is. All right, cool. I'm 84. And then you just go to the scale at 84, like it's casual. That's possible. But he's a big guy. Like, he's not as skinny as he looks.
Oh,
he's
for
big.
sure.
Izzy by KO.
I think
In the third.
I think it's a 5-round decision of him just techniquing and making this person gas out.
That's the more reasonable thing. But I like to say fantastic things, Anthony.
I believe that.
Because I want that to happen. Like, I'd rather say what I want to have happen than what I think will happen when it comes to the people that I really, really like. And, like, there are very few people that I like that much. Like, I like Izzy, I like Connor, I like John, I like BJ.
Mm-hmm.
And those are people that I do not know. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about people that I care about. Like, we're talking about, like, people that make me feel like, oh, man, that's a famous person, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
Like, oh, shit. That motherfucker over there is famous as fuck.
That's so funny.
Those are the people I react like that for. You know, they make me into a fan. And I like that headspace. It's fun being a fucking fan. I'm not better than that. I'm not too cool to be a fan. But it just hasn't happened that way since probably Purple Belt. Where, like, I was like, wow, that guy's this guy. Everybody, if you were in the UFC when I was a blue belt, you were a fucking rock star to me.
You're like the man.
Dude, or if you were, like, on the world scene in jiu-jitsu at that point, rock star to me. But then it was like, oh, these are just people that I'm supposed to learn from. And then there are fewer rock stars. Like, GSP still has that rock star status.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there are people that, like, are going to maintain their shine. But, like, very few current fighters give me those feelings. But Izzy does. So I'm like, man, I'm, like, projecting. I'm like, 3rd round KO for Izzy. Because that's what I want to have happen. Anthony.
Yes.
Weird news.
Oh, I do. We can talk about how Japan has asked China to stop performing anal swab tests for COVID on its citizens. Not on Chinese citizens, but on Japanese citizens that are in China.
Okay, so Japan said, hey, can you please stop anally penetrating our people while they're over there?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like, I don't think they like that.
And it's not just Japan. The U.S. diplomats have been forced to undergo anal testing.
No, why anal testing?
They feel like it's more of their studies show that it's more can improve the detection rate of infection and reduce misdiagnosis.
Interesting. Getting that ass.
Pretty much.
Getting that A.
But it's like I don't think they do it to their citizens. I don't think they do it to their citizens. I think they do it to just everybody else that comes in. It's like, oh, you guys want to call that the Kung Flu? Huh? That's funny? Huh? That's funny to you? You think it's funny? Come over here.
I just want to keep making that like a series of noises that are not those words, but that like communicate the same. You know. Like I'm such a child today. Like, please fucking set me on fire, Anthony.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I have a story that will make wipe your soul away.
Please do.
Man accused of cutting out dog's heart in ritual to clear demons from home.
In Richfield?
No, a heart in ritual,
In ritual
to clear demons from home. So he cut dog's heart out to clear.
Was it his dog?
He cut out a dog's heart as a part of a ritual. Let's see.
Okay, so that's not the darkest thing, because the darkest thing would be that you went crazy from a spot that wasn't as crazy and killed your own pet.
Oh, sorry. He stabbed his dog and removed its heart to get rid of the demons.
It was his dog.
Yeah, in the house.
Oh. And like, was he told to do this by a voice, or did he seek some kind of counsel? Like, did he create this ritual, or was this a ritual that was already in existence?
Oh, they haven't gotten that far into the details yet. This is still ongoing, but well, I mean, it's not on. It's February 12th that happened, so I don't know whether
So
you do.
I'm gonna bet that there is no ritual, right, that exists that entails you doing this, right? That they're using the word ritual to like describe the scene, and the concept of demon exorcism and all that shit leads you to the word ritual, but like ritual also makes it sound like it's some kind of existing practice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It kind of infers that it's an existing practice, and it's not. Like, I don't think it is. So I would bet that this motherfucker went crazy. He was on meth, and he thought he saw some demons, and was like, "Oh, I know. I've got to take the heart of a thing I love," and like just thought some crazy thought. I'm serious. And the next thing he knows, he's got his hand inside his best friend's chest, and then he's running around his house trying to smear the blood on the walls to keep the demons from getting him. And then it's a ritual. Do you see what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like now,
I mean, maybe it could be his ritual. It could be a ritual that he made up. He thinks it might have worked.
Hey, a ritual that your dumb meth head ass made up, like on the fly, like as your dog's bleeding out, you sick fuck.
Well, no, he stabbed the dog in the neck first. Don't worry.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, But what he did was he had given the dog to a juvenile, then put the dog on the kitchen table, and then stabbed the animal in the neck and the chest.
A juvenile?
Yeah.
A girl?
Juvenile, right? Is that what it means?
No, that just means child.
A young person.
I'm wondering if this is like some druggy wigging out with some girl that he had shacked up in his stupid fucking meth house, and then he cuts up a dog. Oh man, that is some dark shit.
Yeah, that is super dark. That's like
Anthony.
The only thing you can get arrested for is animal cruelty too.
That's the only thing they got him on?
Yeah, it's all you can get him on. It's just animal cruelty.
Then it definitely wasn't a girl.
Yeah, probably not.
It was definitely, the juvenile was a boy, for sure. Because if you cut up a dog with a child in the house, and that child's female, you're going to jail for statutory and all kinds of shit.
Maybe.
Like,
probably.
Like, they'll be like, show us where the bad man touched you.
Show us where the bad man touched you.
And they'll be like, right here. I'm like, that's enough.
It's like say no more. I need to rest our case.
say less. Going to jail forever.
Just say he touched you.
You can't cut out hearts of dogs with like some fucking girl named fucking Amber in your house and expect not to go to jail forever.
Sure you can.
And Misty ratting on you too, by the way. Like Misty.
Of course. course.
Crystal's not going down for your crimes.
Why would she?
Why the fuck would Desiree do time for you?
Why would Desiree even acknowledge this as what's happening right now? Desiree wouldn't be caught in this situation.
Wants to go back home to her family. She's gonna tell the authorities the truth.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of as many trailer park names as I could. I'm worried about myself.
I think we're done today, guys. Like he's having.
Look, I just want everyone to know that this podcast has not been a cry for help. That I'm actually okay, and that I love each and every one of you, like I always do. I got a case of the sillies, and they're dark sillies today. The sillies are dark sillies, but they are told to you with love, and I will return to you for episode 302 as a new and more clean man. Mm-hmm. I might get puritanical as fuck. Who knows? Anthony, you're the best. This is goodbye for real. Goodbye, Internet.